Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another monthly TBR. Per usual, I will have around 6 books that I would love to read in the month of April. And also, I will give you like a slight recap on which book I did not read last month. So the book that I did not read last month, since I'm filming this on the 30th of March, I still have one more day. And right now it is like 8 a.m. So it's quite early. I have the whole day and the whole day tomorrow to read technically. I mean, not the whole day obviously, but I do have time to read it. And I have 2 books. I think realistically I will probably only finish one. The 2 books that I did not manage maybe to read this month were The Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poranek and A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. With Where the Dark Stands Still, I'm actually in the middle of it, and this is quite a not that long of a book, so I'm pretty confident in finishing it before the month ends. So maybe, as if for now, there are 2 books unread from the TBR, but as if actually April, maybe I'd be done with this. I'm currently on like chapter 5. It's under 400 pages, so it is definitely doable to do in the next 2 days. So we shall see. But yeah. And with A Shadow in the Ember, I had wanted to pick this up the whole month, but I get distracted with so many like new releases, so on and so forth. And I think this month I want to do like a semi reading vlog for the whole series, which consist of 4 books, which I have over here. The reading order is correct. Oh my gosh. These books are somehow heavier than usual books. So these 4 books, I will make like a dedicated vlog, I guess, to read this in a span of a week, 2 week, I'm not sure, but I'm really excited to get into that. I feel like since having this little mini section of talking books I didn't manage to read last month, I'm definitely more realistic with my TBR, and I'm also very, what do you call it? I'm more conscious in picking up my TBR instead. I feel like it's not really putting me in a reading slump because in the beginning of the month, I am quite realistic in what I want to read. So yeah, anyway, that is the little mini recap. Now, we're gonna go on ahead with our TBR for April. I think this is manageable, and I have a good feeling that next month there will be no update from the last month because I'll be done with all the books in the TBR. So I've collected 6 books that I would love to read in the month of April. The first book is a new release that came out, that's supposed to come out on the 31st of March, but somehow I got an early copy. It came to me on the 27th of March. No, 27th? No, it came to me on the 25th of March, so it's like 6 days before. I've been wanting to read this, but obviously I'm in the middle of reading so many books. I'm trying to finish that. But I'm going to be reading Abby Jimenez, The Night We Met, and I'm so excited for this. I'm not going to read the back. I don't know what this is about. I feel like I've heard no one really talk about this book. Obviously because it's not out yet, but even people with ARCs, I've not seen many reviews / any. So I'm gonna go into this blind. As all Abby Jimenez's book, I have really high hopes because I do love her books. So yeah, that will be the first book. Moving on to the next one. This is also, there's like a backstory to this, guys. I'm gonna be reading The Hunger Games for the first time ever this month. I'm so excited. And as you guys could see behind me, which is literally there, these are the continuation of this. I think for April's readathon, I'm going to try and read all 5 books in a readathon. We shall see if it happens, because for once I'm going to do a readathon like how a readathon should be done, which is in a 24-hour time span instead of like using the timer method. I explained about the timer method so many times, so I'm not gonna over-explain it, but yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm super excited. I feel like I've just told you the planning of April pretty much, like reading vlog for the Flesh and Fire series, a readathon of this, and maybe other vlogs, but I'm so excited to pick this one up. I've heard a lot of good things. I think I watched the movies. I'm honestly quite unsure. If yes, it's probably in like high school or middle school. I still remember the actors Do I remember exactly what it's about? Not really. So I think it's a perfect time to pick it up. And I feel like to read 5 books in the span of 24 hours is quite unrealistic. But these Hunger Games books, or the books in the Hunger Games series, are quite thin. And I am quite sure that I could maybe finish it in the span of 24 hours. Although I think I'll probably finish the first 3 and not the other 2, which is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and Sunrise on the Reaping. We shall see if we manage, but I think I have high hopes that I could finish this. If not, I'm gonna push it to like, I don't know, 48-hour readathon. Nobody can tell me off. It's my rules. So yeah, that is the plan, to just make the whole weekend about reading these books. I have nothing planned really on the weekend that I want to do this readathon, so yeah, we shall do that. Before we move on to the last 3 books, which have like some kind of like a spring theme, let's talk about our next book, which is, I don't think it's spring-esque, but also I'm not sure. I've heard so many people talk about this book and so many people rating it 6 stars. That's why I'm quite hesitant going into it, but I think I do want to read it. So it's Heavenly Bodies by Imani Iriu. I feel like I have put this book in so many TBRs and still not picking it up because I'm so nervous. Yeah, there's just a lot of hype around this specific book in Book Talk. I think BookTube too. So we shall see if it is. I am always on a mission to find a 6-star read. But yeah, all I know about this is that it's a fated mate trope. It could be a spoiler, but everybody premised it that way. I assume it's not like crazy of a spoiler. Obviously, anything fated mate, like branded, it's probably already a spoiler. So either way, I'm gonna be reading this. Moving on to the next books. They're all spring themed, like I already said, and I'm so excited to read them. The first 2 are classics, so I'm quite nervous, but I think I'm quite confident in reading it this month. It is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. It's the perfect time, although right now in Germany it's quite cold again. But I know in a few days / the end of next week, we'll get the sun back. Although right now the sun is it's back. Even though like, I think an hour ago it was raining. So either way, I'm really excited to pick this one up. I know a lot of people say that it is very like scenic. There's a lot of nature description, which is perfect because it's spring. I'm so excited to just like sit outside and have a read. I'm also excited to see some spring life springing outside because I feel like it's quite dead outside after winter. So I'll do a little bit of walk. I'll do a little bit of like spring walks and read. And then read out of Green Gables maybe. We shall see what I do with this. Moving on to the next one is a children's classic for a change. It is The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. I'm so excited for this. I've heard so many people talk about this and have fond memories about this book, and I absolutely love the cover and also the size of this, because this is like a normal like paperback, I'd say. It is like short and slightly, ever so slightly, like wider. So I don't know. I just find that super interesting. And the font, guys, it's quite huge. So I'm quite excited to read this. And it's not that long, is it? No, it's under 300 pages, so it is quite short. But again, it is a classic. Maybe it's not as difficult. So, and the last book I have in the pile is, I think it is spring coated. I'm not sure though, but I think so. It is Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands by Heather Fawcett. I read her new release, which is Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter. Did not love it as much as Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, the first book, but that's why I need like a good redemption from that book. So I'm gonna be picking up the second book in the Emily Wilde series. honestly have no idea what we're gonna be embarking on, but I just know if it's like Wendell and Emily, I think I'll be fine. So yeah, so excited for this one. But yeah, those are pretty much the books that I'll be reading in the month of April. I feel like the pile is not that huge this month, but I like it like that because like I said so many times, I am a mood reader through and through, and obviously I want to read whatever I want to read, and I don't want to be like constricted but I don't want to be constrained by my own making, which is my TBR. So anyway, I'm so excited to read these. After finishing this video, obviously, I'm gonna try my best to read Where the Dark Stands Still before the end of March. So wish me luck. Like usual, before I say goodbye to you, we will do a little bit of journaling. If you want a little bit more journaling content, watch out for my vlogs, because every quarter I would love to do like a quarterly wrap up in a way. I know that sounds so business-esque, but it's just like 3 months in, what kind of reading update do I have? What kind of, like, I just want to make a spread, like journaling spread. So I'll do that in one of the vlogs. But as of for now, we're gonna do our typical journaling session, which is our April spread. And I will catch you back here after we journal a little bit. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that journaling session. I certainly had fun because I love journaling always. And I've been so in the mood to journal because I've been like watching so many junk journal video, and I kind of want to start a junk journal, but I feel like I don't collect journal material enough to do some kind of like junk journal. Maybe I can start. We shall see. But I have so many projects going on. Maybe not quite now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Wish me luck that this month I'll get to finish all the books in my monthly TBR. That's always the goal of each month. But I feel like even if I read, like, I don't know, 1 or 2 books in the TBR, I think it's a success. So yeah, talk to me down below what you are reading this April and what kind of new releases you'd be reading. I know there are a couple of new releases I would love to read this month, but we shall see whether I get to it this month or some other months. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in my next one. Goodbye.